this week. How many jumping jacks do you do in a minute? Okay, I don't think I'm a bit tall for the camera, but we'll have to live with that. So Chris is going to say go in a second. Yeah, in a second. Ready?
3, 2, 1, go.
This is boring!
29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 40.
What's the time, Chris?
40 seconds. I lost count now.
57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63,
64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71.
75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80! Beat that, Chris! Go!
Slowing down already.
23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35. 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 48, 49, 50, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70! And I win!
Hello! I'm still full of energy. He's not.
Hiya. Oh, I think I lost that.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh,
I am not an active person,
Oh
Joe.
dear.
I am
That's
not
a
an
bit
active
sad.
person.
You know what that means, don't you?
What does it mean?
If you lost, that means
I'm not going to live it down.
Andy won.
Oh well, there you go. Can't win them all, can you?
Think of all those calories you've burnt though. How fantastic. That means you can have extra pudding tonight.
It was worth it. All worth it.
You want extra pudding? See if you can beat, was it 80? 80 jumping jacks in 1 minute.
Or
Can you beat it?
Or you can just take it easy and do like 60 something like I did. It's absolutely fine. 60 is still a good number.
I bet Andy will be having a bigger piece of cake than you do. Probably. But I won't be having any because I didn't do any to him. Anyway, have a look next week on Wednesday to see what you're going to need for our craft. It will be cool.
Brilliant. And what we told them last week what we were doing for this week's craft, was it? What was it? It was that weird
Making a
thing.
whirly gig.
Oh.
We are making a whirly gig. I bet you can't wait.
I'm just excited to find out what it is.
A whirly gig. We're going to be whirly gig makers.
Well, good luck, guys.
See you later.
Bye.
Hello. Today we are making a twirly gig. What is a twirly gig, I hear you ask? Let's start putting it together and you will be able to play with your twirly gig. So we need a couple of sheets of A4 paper. So I'd like you to cut 8 strips from your A4 paper from the long side, and they need to be, you see how wide that is? Need to be about that wide. So it's the whole length of your A4 and then cut to that width. So you need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 strips. You also need 4 small circles. Just find something small to draw around. Okay, so the first thing you need to do is find a little bit of space. So take one of your circles and put some glue all over it. And then what you need to do, whoops, doing it itself, is stick the end of your strip onto the circle. We're going to space them out like this. Bit more glue. So I'm making a cross. There we are. And then a bit more glue again. So you've used 4 strips and then you put another strip in between each of your 4. Keep piling that glue on. More glue. On that one goes. More glue. And on that one goes. And you see that. And then you take your another circle, put some more glue in the centre, and then you stick that circle into the middle. Make sure it's not stuck to your table. Next thing you can do, this is a little bit trickier, I want you to take another one of those circles, put some glue on it, and you're going to hold it in the centre. You're going to pick up one of these strips. So you want your glue to be on the underneath side, and you're going to stick the end on the underneath of the circle. Now you're going to have to do exactly the same, but we're sticking it underneath. So keep putting that glue on. I'm going to bring this one up, put it underneath. Keep piling that glue on. Up comes the next one, taking it up and over and sticking it underneath that middle circle. Keep doing that. Underneath it goes. More glue. Bring that one up. Bring it over and stick it underneath. And again, a bit more glue. And we're going to bring this one up, stick it underneath. Can you see what's happening? A bit more glue again. Remember, I'm putting it underneath. I'm bringing this one up, sticking that underneath. One left. More glue underneath that circle. And bringing this one, last one up, putting it underneath. Now, just as you did with this one, where all those pieces have joined together, I want you to put some more glue and then stick your final circle underneath it. And we've got this shape. You see? So what you do next is you take your skewer by the sharp end and you push it through the middle of the circle. Now, it'll be easier to do this if you leave your glue to dry for a little bit. So you push that through. My glue's still a little bit wet, so it's a bit tricky. There we go. In it goes. And then we pull it right down. Whoop, a bit sticky. Pull it right down, and see that? To the next circle. And then we push that through as well. Give it a little wiggle and it might go through a bit better. there we are, it's got lots of layers to go through. Then push the top, push it right up to the flat end. And then this bottom one, so you've got it that way up, you see? This bottom one, you want to give it a little wiggle because you want to make that hole a little bit looser. Not the top one, we want the top one to be quite tight. So you want the top one quite tight and the bottom one, we just give it a wiggle because we want that to be a little bit looser. Now, that's what you have. Now this top end, where your flat part of your skewer is, we don't want the paper to move on here. So if you've got a glue gun, take your glue gun and put some glue all the way around the paper and the stick, and then turn it underneath and do the same again. If you haven't got a glue gun, use some gloopy glue, so like the runny school glue, and put a big chunk, as much as you can, nice thick blob of it around the stick and the paper to join it together. Because what we want is for this top bit not to move at all. So do it along there and then turn it over and do it underneath as well. So you're securing the paper to the stick at the top. We don't want that bit to move. This bit, we want this bit to move quite loosely, the bottom. So here's one that I've made earlier, and as you can see, I've got my glue there. I've glued it inside there as well, so it's really firm at the top and it won't move. This bit is quite loose. Now watch what happens to my twirligig. Whoops, look at that, it's just so beautiful. When you twirl it, it does all sorts of amazing things. Watch, go slowly. Whoop, that's a different shape.